Hello everybody, Bob7893 Ball here, and today we have a review on Guzzlers Extreme. I know I just did a review on Saints Row 3, but I just kind of wanted to get another review out the door just because I can and because my friend recommended it. So here we go. So, Guzzlers Extreme is a very fun racing game. I'm gonna put it out there. This is one of the most fun I've had playing a racing game. I like racing games a lot. And this particular one was just the most interesting to me because I've never really seen very much like it beyond Mad Max. But this came out before all the Mad Max shenanigans happened. Okay, you can sink a lot of time into this game. I know personally, I've probably sunk at least 15 hours into this game. And it hasn't really been that long of a time. I mean, I've had a little gap between now and between playing and doing the review, but it wasn't really that major. It's not very difficult to get progress. You don't ever feel like you're grinding necessarily. I mean, sometimes at the beginning, but it's not really a grind. It's just normal progression. Okay. It's a very complex racing game that makes use of most of the buttons. So I use a controller for racing games. I use a controller for most of the games on here, except for anything that has to do with guns most of the time, but this is racing, so that doesn't really matter to me. But it uses all the A, B, X, Y, all the analog sticks, things like that. I don't think it uses the D-pad, but it makes use of all of the buttons that I just normally wouldn't see being used in a game like this. And then car combat isn't something seen normally. That used to be a very popular thing back when Carmageddon came out, but right now it's not really something that developers are willing to forge into, and I'm glad that one is. Whether it's a decent game or not, you will have to find out at the end of the review. And then it has fun, interesting game modes. So the main game modes that I like are the King and Capture the Flag modes. So basically in Capture the Flag, you try to capture the flag and bring it back to your base, whilst also capturing the opponent's flag. It's very interesting, and it's not normal Capture the Flag. I'm not playing a demo of it right now, because I want you to experience it for yourself by playing the game, or maybe you can just watch somebody else playing it. And then we have the cons. Now, the cons are always the worst part of these things, because I have to say what I don't like about games, I do like. So there's weird progression. You can go all over the place. Sometimes you need to upgrade cars that seem inferior to what you already have because you have so much money, and that brings me to my next point. You always get so much money, there's no real sense of choice. You don't have to make any choices. You're just spending cash, like, just because. You're just spending cash just because you have that much cash to spend. There is no decision that you have to make. And so there is no real loss to picking one thing over the other in that time gap that there normally would be in a racing game. You might have like a 10 race gap where you make one decision, you screw up, and oh, it's over. This game, you make one decision that's bad, and you can just fix it right away. The next point is the AI rubber banding is all based off of nitrous. If your car has a bad nitrous system, you lose. The way it works is the further you are in front, the less nitrous you get. Now that might sound good, but it also keeps everybody in one place most of the time. And it's not really helpful to the skilled players that are actually just trying to be skilled, and they're just getting pulled back with the other players at a really bad reason. And even if you have a really good car, if it has bad nitrous, you're probably gonna lose. But that opposes my next point, which is it's way too easy to get first place. Now on the video, I'm playing it and very easy, but even on the harder difficulties, I find that it is pretty simple to get to first place, especially with the amount of cash and the amount of stuff that you just get to explore instantly. There's no real progression in that section of the game, which is where you'd expect it to be in a racing game. And the AI seem to always have better cars. They always have better weapons, better vehicles in general, better pieces in their cars, no matter what difficulty or what car you personally have. So it's never really balanced around you beyond the nitrous system, which does work for the AI, but for you it's just an annoyance. I mean, it does help you so you don't, it's not as easy to get first place, but it's just a really big annoyance for the players that actually have some skill. Maybe they could just upgrade the AI for the hard difficulties instead of having them all do the same thing just at a faster speed, because that's basically all that happens. So my overall out of 10 for this is going to be a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I like this game, but it's average. It's lacking in a lot of areas that I'd expect a racing game to excel in, even though it's an interesting idea to go back out into the car combat zone that we've been missing out on for about a decade now. It's not really successful 100% doing so. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you stick around and see some of my other reviews. I've got Saints Row 3 review up also on the same day, or at least I hope. And I hope that you will catch on to my other reviews. Should be coming out soon. See ya.